A godlike in Emerald's Day. Well, well, maybe our luck's improving. I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow-deep in Beatrice all day.
Excuse me.
Beatrice. You know, the one with her viscera on display? As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
We can smell it, too.
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor. But of course, nothing is ever that simple.
You're using the undead for labor.
What am I supposed to do? Just let them decompose? Reanimated corpses are the future of manual labor. Cost-effective, low maintenance, and very friendly. Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong.
I'll tell you what doesn't belong in there. My hand.
Just imagine you're preparing to roast a chicken. A wet, ropey, warm chicken. If Beatrice ate something that disagreed with her, the least I can do is keep it from spreading to the rest of the flock.
Make sure you wash your hands after this.
Huh. It's like cleaning a deer carcass. If it was rotting and smelled like Kai after his morning run.
I saw you reach into Beatrice. Find anything interesting?
Giada wants your opinion on the Dreamscourge.
Giada Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town?
Gossip travels fast in these parts.
Especially when a renowned Animancer is shouting at the top of her lungs in the streets of yore. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dreamscourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo.
Let me guess, Silvo isn't a cow or goat.
Silvo is one of my Revenants. My oldest, my favorite, and the pride of my flock. Someone needs to put the poor fellow out to pasture. And I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
Well, it's already dead. That's the hard part done right there.
When a Revenant goes bad, there's only one option. Final death. And poor Silvo's time has gone.
Where do all of the corpses come from, anyway?
Outsiders and travelers down on their luck. You'd be surprised how many people want to sell their bodies to Animancy.
Say what you will about mercenary and military life. At least your obligations end at death.
Anyone else see a downside to giving monetary value to corpses?
This is a good forever home for the undead. Better than some crypt, anyway. But sometimes we have bad days.
I'd hate to see what a good day at the corpse farm looks like.
They come to me for breakfast, and I let them wander the fields. Really, it's no different than raising goats.
Any connection with what happened to Beatrice?
It's possible, but this is no time for jumping to conclusions.
Sounds like you've been through this before.
Whether you're raising cows or corpses, every farmer lives with death. That should cover everything. You can find Silvo in the barn. He's blocked the door somehow, but the window should be open. Just be gentle with him. He's a good boy.
So, we're killing a Revenant then? She just couldn't come out and say that?
And this is why I don't take pets.
Emerald's Stair has seen better days. With any luck, the turning of the seasons will favor us.
It looks like Beatrice ate some spoiled crops.
Aha! So the blight got into my Revenant and interfered with her raising. That confirms one of my theories. Not only is the Dreamscourge affecting our farms, it's disrupting Animancy, unraveling our work. Sounds like I have more research ahead of me, but at least now I have a sense of direction. Thank you for getting your hands dirty on my behalf, godlike. You're a natural.
I dealt with Silvo.
Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace.
How does one grow attached to a walking corpse?
You wouldn't know it to look at him, but on a full stomach, he was as gentle as a lamb. So, the Dreamscourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dreamscourge, they have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen.
We need to find the source of the difference if there's any hope of stopping it.
But how to find something so well hidden? Can something so metaphysical even be found? Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say.
What if it has something to do with the entity tethered to my soul?
Seems a little far-fetched. Then again, what isn't these days? You're a godlike, so anything is possible. Perhaps your nature will grant you more answers.
Fascinating. I'm sure Giada will be interested to hear this.
Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare fuel. I really have been sleeping entirely too well lately.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed? The gods are silent on this question.
Neither. They just are. Anything else is speculation.
Yvette, look what I found! A genuine godlike.
Oh my God, Remy, it's finally happening.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend?
Sure, friend.
Remy, take a note. The endangered godlike shows all the classic indicators of intelligence, but not of sentience. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
Why are you talking at me like I'm some kind of specimen in a jar?
It's just that we've never met a godlike before. This is a big day for us.
Giada must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giada needs to finish her research. Deal?
I don't suppose you'd help me out of the goodness of your hearts.
What a novel idea. But no, I don't really see the appeal.
Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go around the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
I don't know. I guess I'd like to be some kind of mushroom.
Ooh, good answer.
My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us?
I wasn't born to be your savior.
Weren't you?
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone?
Godlike can't reproduce. That explains a few things.
Oh, didn't anyone tell you?
My nature wasn't an open topic of discussion at home.
Oh dear, Yvette. I think we've hit a sore topic. Shame you had to learn it from us. Do you have an answer or not?
Hopefully people remember me in the ways I've touched their lives.
Very optimistic, aren't we? I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giada wants to know all about the Dreamscourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Just give me the bad news.
There's no cure for the Dreamscourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giada will be interested to learn that the Dreamscourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dreamscourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Of course, we may be able to learn about the Dreamscourge through the essence contained in Adra.
Precisely. A godlike and a scholar, too. Incredible.
Indeed. Just as Adra channels essence, so too may it provide a key to discovering more about the Dreamscourge.
Not that we'd ever be interested in such research, of course. How droll.
One more question. What do I do about the entity tethered to my soul?
An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable Animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh soccer, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell. Did you hear that Giada was sent into exile?
Ugh, I might have dozed off there for a bit. Were any of those words the ones we needed?
Confounded machine. Oh, I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop.
What do you know about metaphysical anomalies in the living lands?
More than most, but less than I would like. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked.
Maybe I could help you fix it.
Ha! A novel idea, that. What I need is a stronger power source.
A battery of grimoires.
Grimoires can hold intense power, but not for long. Besides, grimoires require a wizard to draw in essence. It's too dangerous at this scale. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove.
At the risk of stating the obvious, we're standing in front of a massive Adra pillar.
Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delemgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delemgan in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delemgan queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
I'll see what I can do.
Do be careful. Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
Well, let's go. That Adragon's heart isn't gonna yank itself out.
Ah, a welcome visitor. It has been so long since one of your kind has walked in this grove.
Do you mean a godlike?
I mean one from the land, your kind. But why have you come here?
For an Adragon's heart. I won't leave without it.
Your words carry threat where none is needed. It belonged to one who tended this grove for longer than I have been here.
What happened to them?
Sickness changed them, as it has recently changed so many creatures in these woods. It no longer recognized us as their kin. We had to stop them before their madness damaged the land.
You killed them.
When we become enemies of the land, it goes against our nature. We had no choice. But it is over now. All that remains is their heart. Our kind has no need for such remembrances. It would cause us no pain to part with it. But wait. No. No. So many dead. So many of my kin are dead by your hand.
I defended myself and my friends, just as you did when you killed the Adragon.
I see. The wilds can be dangerous for your kind. Take it, and go in peace.
Many thanks.
I can't believe you pulled that off. Now, let's get out of here before she notices my wood pistol grip.
For an Adiran, you're very resourceful, and a more than capable companion for poor Giada.
Do you have any idea what it took to get that heart?
Nature is as stubborn as ever, I see. Fair enough. Here's payment for your troubles. Now that I've got the heart, my thirsty invention will drink deeply of its essence. All that's left to do is calibrate it. First things first, let's have a look at your soul. I'm going to ask some questions to induce a metaphysical quiver. No, not to worry, just testing your reflexes. Let's start with an easy one. You wake up on a beach, looking up into the sun. Your hands are covered in blood.
I wash my hands in the sea and leave.
All right. Let's try some word association. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Pendulum.
Clock.
Chrysalis.
Transformation.
A spark ignites a flame. An idea ignites a war.
Hello? You still with me?
I think my soul is particularly sensitive to your examination.
In that case, let's stop it before I do any lasting damage. Hey, let's go over your results. Your soul is like a piece of sea glass. All the edges are smoothed down. Quite beautiful, really. Your godlike nature is a marvel to behold.
Can you tell me whose godlike I am?
Usually, all it takes is a mirror. Not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. What I see is something entangled about your soul. An outside presence that both is and isn't a part of you. It's old, dark, and rather tricky to pin down. Very interesting.
Do you think it can be removed?
Not without killing you. Fascinating. Thank you for getting my machine calibrated again. But you came for Giata's theory of the Dreamscourge. Between the two of us, she's onto something. Our farms are in great peril. The essence has been drained from the land, diverted, like the flow of a river.
That essence has to go somewhere.
Exactly. And if I know essence, it can't have gone too far. All I can tell you is keep looking. You'll find what you're after. As much as I hate giving people bad news, that's all I have. Please give Giata my fondest regards.
Keep looking, huh? I'm getting a bad feeling about what we'll find.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He lost me when we started talking about souls. What did I miss?
Are you as excited to get started as I am? Because I'm very excited.
I had a very impolite exchange with Yvette and Remy.
I hate to admit it, but I saw that one coming. Those two don't get out much. When Ignacy took away their research funding, I pulled some strings to get it back. He told me I was a fool, but they'll prove him wrong someday. I have faith.
I met with Elia Russell.
I hope you had an enlightening visit at the corpse farm. Elia is one of my favorite neighbors, second only to Quilici. When her best farmhand got stuck up a tree, I got him down in one piece. Well, several pieces. I've always looked up to her.
I consulted with Monto Pastor.
And you got his machine up and running. That's what I call progress. I helped Monto after his wife died. She was brilliant, and he took the loss hard. I'm going to miss him. Sounds like you've met with everyone. We're ready to get started. So, did you learn anything of particular interest?
Animancers are unhinged, unregulated, and too dangerous to be left alone.
At least we know how to have a good time. Look at us. Barely even started, and already we're making progress. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Yvette and Remy are providing us an alibi.
Are we studying the Dreamscourge or planning a heist?
Under the circumstances, the two are not so different. I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't get any false signals. Whenever I tap into an Adra pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Yvette and Remy, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject. I'd call that a good day's work.
Sounds like you've covered every detail and contingency imaginable.
Animancy takes a lot of preparation. You might only have one chance to run through an experiment. Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus.
I'm guessing you want to study the Dreamscourge by filtering out local interference.
Exactly. There are many ways of going about it, but my mother's invention will get us quick results. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident. Since they died.
I'm sure everything's fine. It's just a spooky death basement.
I would get it myself, but I'm not ready to face what's down there.
Do you want to talk about it?
Right now, I would rather focus on the work ahead of us. The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course, you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess.
Something's not right here. Stay ready.
Haven from the Blight. Who grows here?
I feel pretty certain that those people aren't supposed to be plants.
What a horrific fate.
Beauty reborn. A life of peace.
Guys, we can leave now, right?
Poor Giada. To think she's been living with this right under her nose. I think those were Giada's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
Gods, I can't believe this.
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they still there?
I saw them. The plant corpses were pretty hard to miss.
I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I don't think you were in any danger. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing.
Regardless, they deserve a proper burial.
Quilici thought so too. Even Ignacy offered to lend a hand. But I forbade it. My mother had an idea about how to use the essence of the living lands. And it destroyed her. My father. Our family.
People are too quick to risk everything for an ideal. I'm sorry it didn't work out for your family.
So I swore an oath. No one could enter the lab until I understood what happened.
Until today. So you know what happened.
I'm on the right track to figuring it out, which is almost as good. Enough about me. Let's worry about you for a change. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way.
Good thinking.
The only thing we're missing now is an Adra pillar. And I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Fjord. There should be some equipment waiting for us.
What is Animancy equipment doing in some old ruin?
We used it to study the Adra pillar. Then some priests moved in and took offense at our work. I hope they haven't tampered with the equipment, or this will be a very short experiment.
I have little experience with godless ruins.
Naku Tedek is special. I used to play there as a child and take rubbings of the memorial plaques. Historians think it may have once been a burial ground, a place where souls can return to the earth. So, we kept the tradition alive. Many of our founders are buried there, though not all of them, as you discovered.
I feel like we're close to getting some answers.
That's your intuition talking. Listen to it. I wouldn't be anywhere without mine. Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Fjord. No telling how long we'll be gone. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups. Chalk it up to performance anxiety.
Marius, go on back to camp. I won't be long.
Sounds good. I need to do some hunting anyway.
Once we're all together, we should trade ghost stories. Best way to get acquainted. In the meantime, let's be off. Thank you again for letting me join you. An Animancer never misses an opportunity to embrace the unknown. Still, being an Animancer feels different without Fior Messiverno. For the first time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone.
I think you're going to enjoy working for yourself.
It'll take some getting used to, that's for sure. At least now I have a place I can call my own.
You're welcome to stay as long as you'll have us.
Good, because I have a lot of research to do. And this could take a while. Not to change the topic, but this little adventure of ours, will it be dangerous?
Does that make you feel uncomfortable?
Just making sure I know what I signed up for. My mother and father taught me how to defend myself, among other things. When you need me, I'll be ready.